సో ల్యాప్టాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, మండే నుంచి తెచ్చేసుకో ల్యాప్టాప్. ఎవరిబడి
అదే నన్ను ఏం చెప్పలేదు, జస్ట్ వచ్చి జాయిన్ అవ్వగానే రిజిస్టర్ ఇంకా మళ్ళీ ఉంటుంది.
నీకు ల్యాప్టాప్ ఉంది కదా, లేదేనా? వాట్స్ యూర్ నేమ్ గాయ్? సో యూ హ్యావ్ ల్యాప్టాప్, రైట్? You took the laptop. Okay, you can open and see everybody is opening the laptop and they are working, parallelly. See, that is called the real-time training. See.
Okay. Good morning, guys. Good morning, sir. All the new guys are from CS Battlement. Okay. Okay. Are you guys having the knowledge about the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Familiar with that? Okay. Here. Okay, fine. Here. Okay. We yesterday I got given assignment. All of the other guys completed that.
Yes.
Here. Have you tried that? So the output, whatever you tried, if its output exactly came or not, show the output. Not exactly. Okay, just show the output. You complete. Right? The why I asked that we have a doubt. I asked. That's why I'm saying you tried with the hands-ons. If you try it only, you can understand the concepts. Okay. You tried?
Yeah, sorry for interruption. Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, 1 minute. For whoever came new, I will give the question. You guys already did, right? So I gave for new guys. So for whoever came new, I gave one question in Java. Assignment I will share in the Telegram group. That is fine. These guys already done that. You just what is the rule? Like if you want to end the statement, you have to end with a semicolon, right? In Java, without semicolon, anything is possible. In Java, definitely not. Okay, you try to print hello world or in your name in the console without semicolon. That's the question. You guys try it out. Whoever came new, you didn't hear this question, try it out. Okay. If you want to use AI also use it, but understand how the things happen. But initially I won't just suggest to use AI. Okay. If you are asking the AI also, initially it will tell like there is not possible, but that is possible. Think about that. Come up with the solution. Got it?
Just explain what are the things you do. Okay, from the JavaScript only. Explain JavaScript. Have you done it? Well, have you tried that? Then how could you learn HTML? Just to show the output. Okay. That's it. You will try the JavaScript.
Same code executed, just change it. As we tried, no sir. We tried master. We tried. Apply some colors.
Most of them from this side are tried and finish that. From this side only. Okay. Anyone tried with local storage? Why? Okay. This also will not able to have multiple ones. Why? Can you find the reason why actually you create one element. After you enter another value, it updates that value only. Okay. Just check with it. Just stop. You are using that update the previous value only. You won't add that. Just add to upon that value. Okay. If you add that upon the child or upon that value, it will be. Okay, fine. That local storage and session storage we see in last class. And the assignment also like that. You can use that local storage. Okay. Just try out this. Okay. Just we go with the local storage. How to use the local storage and why we need to use the local storage. Anyone tell? Just to tell why we need the local storage.
What are local storage? What are local storage?
Store data.
To store the data and we retrieve the data whenever we want.
Okay. For same thing we can use the variables also. We can use variables also for that store the data and retrieve the
browser.
data. Okay, why we need to store that data in browser? What is the reason to store the data in browser? Just anyone tell, while we store the data in the browser, what will happen here? Or while we store the data in the JavaScript, what things happen there? What is the difference between them? Yesterday also I told them what is the difference between that local storage and the variable storage.
We are storing the data in the local storage.
Okay.
It could be easy to retrieve the data.
It is easy. Actually, the variable storage is the easy way. Then why we could use the local storage? Can you understand the local storage?
When the
Which-
session expires, the data will be lost in session storage.
Okay.
So we use the local storage.
Session storage is also a one type of the storage only outside of the DOM.
But when the session is expired, the data will be lost.
Okay.
If
I
we-
just ask what is the difference between the variable storage and that local storage
It will store the data out of the DOM.
out of the DOM. That is the main thing. Actually, the local storage is store the value permanently in the browser. Okay, but in the variable, it stores the value in the DOM, inside the DOM. If page is get refreshed or page is getting crashed, the data will be lost.
Yeah.
Okay, to avoid that, we can be use that local storage in the JavaScript. While using the React, there are the many possibilities like using Redux and the substrate. That are the methods to store the data inside the JavaScript. Okay, have you know about the Redux?
Yes, sir.
Redux.
framework is
No, that is a toolkit.
toolkit.
To store the variable inside the Java React.js, okay? To avoid the props overdriven in the JavaScript. So you know about the props overdriven. In the React, everything is a component, okay? The parent component, there are the inside some child component. Inside that child component, it goes like that. I need to fetch the data from the topmost parent component. So I pass the data to the every child component. Then only I need to access that value. To avoid that, we can use that regex. Okay, that stores the data outside of the one variable. We can be easily accessed by using slice. Okay. Okay, can you understand what is regex? The simple overview. Okay, in the regex. But we came to the topic. Why we use local storage instead of variable storage? That thing only, DOM manipulations only. And what is the difference between the local storage and the session storage? When the session storage end, when the local storage end? Anyone tell? These are the questions from the yesterday classes only.
Session storage completes after the section, but local storage is completed on when we interval and when we close it browser.
Okay. Just the same thing. Even the browser closes, the local storage is there only. Okay. The main difference is the session storage is ends if the tab is closed. If the session is expired, then the session storage is removed. Okay. But the local storage, if the tab, even the tab is closed, even the browser is closed, even the storage is stored that only. It won't remove. If we can access by using the same domain in the local storage. Okay. Okay, now we see how to set the values in the local storage and retrieve that values. Okay. The values in the local storage is key pair values only. Okay. Key is a one string and values is must be a string in the local storage. Okay. Same like everything in the value is must be string. We need to convert that value to the string. Okay. If I need to store the value, then value of arrays. Like I need to store the object or store the values of arrays. I need to convert that values to the string. Okay, by using stringify. Then only I can be store that values in the local storage. Can you understand that concept of local storage? How to store that and how to for retrieve that also we need to parse it. Okay. By using that values, set value and the get value. We can be set the value by using set value in the local storage and get the value by using the get value. Okay. Okay. This is the same thing, same application yesterday we saw. Okay, here where do we find that local storage? Anyone tell? Where we find the local storage of the browser? Just inspect and go to the application. Here we can see that storages, local storage, session storage, extension storage. Okay. See this. You can check that also. Here, see, this is my domain. Okay. Here I have need to store that values from here. Okay, whatever values here, I need to store in the key pair values in the storage. Okay, now. Here, where I get the values. Someone tell where I get the values in this JavaScript. Which one?
List.
Here list is a div. I need where I get the values, not element.
Div.
Which one?
In the div.
No, that is where I store the values. My question is where I get the values from this page. Okay, I type some values. Okay, these values where I get, which variable I get that values. Input values. Okay. In the input value, I need to store the value into the local storage. Okay. I just using local storage dot set values, set item, and this is a keyword and this is a value. Okay. Now whatever I type, that value is stored there. See? Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
Items and what thing I type?
Values.
Okay. If I change here, the value also change. But I need to store all of these values, multiple values. Say, someone said, if I refresh this page, the values are gone or not? Why it's not reflected in the UI?
It's stored in local storage, sir.
Yeah, here the values are there.
Yes.
Actually, I am using one key only to store that value. Okay, I use the key that automatically generate. Okay. Now I am storing that values like initially that is used with one key item, and now I am storing with the date values. Okay, based on the date value, it updating the key. Okay, now all of the values are stored. If I am refresh, the values is gone or not? The page get refreshed, the values are gone in the UI. No? Why? I just set the value only in the storage. I didn't get that value. For getting that value, by using that key, we can get that value. See, here the key values are different based on the time. Okay, then how it take the value? The key values are different. I don't know about the key values. I just know about the key values start with the item only. And other words I doesn't know. One thing, we just pass through all the key values. Okay. Another thing, we need to store all the values as an array. Now I just get the value. Okay. Then you can easily find. I just refresh. And why the value is updating here, not here? Remove that.
Storing the data again.
No, we can store the all the values. Okay, I just remove that value. Okay.
We should
For remove that local storage, we need to remove from here only, or in manual only, or by using program we can remove, or else it won't remove. Okay. I just type value in here. Remove that from the program. Remove
We need to apply conditions.
which condition? See.
Values.
Okay. Just to see the values and also the code. Why the data is not fetched? Can you see this? See these values? Okay. Here I am fetching that by using get item, but it won't get that value. Why? Just see the code. I am setting that value by using the date.now. Can you see that? I am fitting that value by using the date value.
Yes.
So the key value is changed based on the date. I just getting that value by using item only. I won't use the data. Exact value, date value. Can you understand that? Now I am just remove that. It won't be executed here. Okay, it will came here, and here also the same key values. Okay, if I am update another value, hello. Okay, then it will be update here only, same key only. Okay, we won't add the dynamic key. Then now I refresh. Which data is that? Which data is gone? Here two values are there. Okay, I am fetching from this value only. Now I refresh, which value, which data are persist.
Even.
Huh?
Even.
What?
Even that is data.
No, I am asking. Here two values now. I am hello. Here in the session storage, in local storage, there is a one value, hello only. Okay. Now I am refreshing. Which values are persist?
Reset.
Hello?
Hello.
Sure. Why? Actually, once the page is executed, once the page is refreshed, then only this all of the things. See, this whole JavaScript will be executed. Okay. Other time, whenever I click that button, whenever I clicking the add button, that button asked to execute this event listener actions only. Okay, inside the event listener actions only, we have assigned that value as session only. Okay, then that time only it fetch the values from that input, and that time when I click the value only, when I click that add button, then only it fetch that value and store that in the event. Okay, now I need to show the outside of the event. Even though there is a no clicking actions event is happen, I need to show that values. Here, which code is showing the values in the UL? Which code is showing that list item in the UL? Which are the lines? See here, which are the lines are showing that list item in UL? 90. Okay. Then 19 only. Okay. From the 17 to 19. Okay. These are the things are used to show the list item in the UI. I just copy that. I just use one function. Okay. Outside of the event. Okay, here I need to pass that value. Okay, here I need to call that function. That's it. Now this happen. Now it's showing that normally. Okay, I just create one function and use inside that event listener action. Okay. Okay. Now I am keeping it outside of the value, outside of the event. Okay, I can store that value. Fetch the value. I'm just here showing the value from here. Okay, now say from which value the data is shown. Session value. In the event listener, input value. Okay. Then I need to show the session value initially. So I call the function here also. Okay. Just understand, when I click the button, this code will be executed. Okay. This event listener will be executed. When I refresh the page, whole page, then the outside of the code, outside of the whole code will be executed. Okay. That time only we are fetching that input data, add button, list item. All the data execute outside of the code only. Initial time only it's all the code are executed. After that clicking that add button, then only the inside code. Okay. Now I am showing like what are the data inside the session storage. I store in the session value and show that by using this function. By okay, here it have the only one value as a string. Now I need to store the 3 or 4 values. Whatever values I give, I need to store that and show that value. How to achieve that? Whatever value I type and need to show that. Now okay, I have 4 values, but here I have only one value. I need to store all the values, and by using the single key, I access the all values and show that in the UI. How to show that values? Anyone guess? Do you have an idea about that? Store all the values and show that value. We have only one key to access that values. Need to store all that values. Okay. Which type of data type or which type of thing we use to store that all the values? Array. That's it. Store all the values in the array and move to and store it in the local storage. In the local storage, I show that value. Okay, that's it. Initially, I need to store that values in the array. Okay, so I remove that session values here. Here also I remove that local storage values. Okay. Now I am need to store the values in the which type? Array. Okay. Initially I just initiate the array. Okay. From the array I need to store the values. Then here I push the input values into the array. Okay, I just console the value. What is the use of the console? Why we need to use the console now? Anyone tell? For the developers usage, okay, to print and know about the data, which data is here. To know about that, we can use the console log. Okay, here the initial data is no data is there. Now I am updating. Okay. Now I am clicking that the data is moved to array or not. Why you want to hear it?
Dot push.
Yeah, I done that also. Okay, I just open it. Why is one? Just to see the code and tell. I update the value and added that push the value into the array also. Why it won't reflect in that array?
Because you are printing the data array, we have to store this in different variable and
Just to be removed. Just to remove the local display.
Local?
Local display diagram from the
Which
JavaScript.
one? I don't remove anything. I remove that codes. Now I am storing that values in the array only. You tell something.
because you have printed the data array on the top.
Hmm.
After just creating the data array, then
That's the main thing. See, where I printed the values. I declare one array with the initial state, with the empty state. Okay. I just printed here only. I update the value here inside the listener. Okay. Then the value update here only. Okay. Then I need to check that with here only. Inside the even listener, I need to check the array is updated or not. Now I am updating. It will be reflected here. Okay. Now my data array have the values, some values. Okay. Now I need to push the data values to the how to say to the local storage to print that those values. Okay. Local storage accept which data type as a value. Key value is okay. Key is anything else. Which are the values in string? That's are the key. And values must to be a string. Okay. In the local storage, if it is a string, then only it will be accepted. We convert that object, we convert that array into the string type. Okay. For that, we are using like Here I have been using the same thing. Set item, defining that key value, and just convert all the values by using the JSON stringify. Okay, the stringify is used to convert the object and also the array into the string values. Okay, to access those values, we can be get by using the get item and convert all the items to the parsing. Okay, by using parse, we can be convert that values to the normal form. Okay, just to check. The array is created, and in the application, see, in the data list, the values are storing as the array. Now, only thing I need to do, just to fetch the data and show it in UA. For fetching the data, we have been used that
Fetching from the local storage.
local storage. Okay, for fetch the data for normal data, we are using get item. By the key value, we can be fetch the data. Have you understand that how to fetch that data from the local storage? Okay, by the keyword get item, fetch the data by using the key and access the data values. Okay, have you understand that? Set data and fetch data in the local storage. Now we are fetching the data in the array list. Okay. Now the data is fetched. Okay. In the data array, I fetch all the data. I need to show the values in the UI. Then how I show that values? I have a set of data in the array. I have need to show all the data in the UI under the list item. Then how I show that values?
Inner HTML.
In
Inner HTML.
inner HTML. No, to show that data we have a function also. Just set that. See. Now I am typing whatever data. It will be stored in the array and also showing in the display. Okay. I just remove it's removed. Okay. I need to store that values in the session storage. I storing that array also in the session storage. I need to show the data from the session storage only. Okay. If it is updating, you need to update the data in the session storage and also show from the initial values. Okay. So what we are using, fetch the data in the initial state also. I need to show that value in the UI only, in the initial state values.
Direct from the local storage.
We are getting the value from the local storage at the initial. See, in here we are getting the values from the local storage at the initial state.
But we have to reflect on the UI.
Then what thing we need to do? Only one step is needed. This is a, how to say, we are seeing JavaScript for 4 to 5 days, I think. In the second class, I teach that. Okay.
Instead of input value, we have to use the data array.
Instead of input value,
Data array.
here. What we have? Okay, I just click click the button. I add the event. Okay. Nothing is happening. Okay. Anyone tell? 5 minutes gap. Anyone tell how we show the data in the output from the list? Just to revise the previous concept. Why we use the document that element right ID? Which time I will use that
To give the
retrieve data.
So throughout the IDs.
Do it. Just to get for document that get element by ID, it's the element only. Okay. Then how did we get the data? What you say is can you find them? Okay, that's why we are using the push. In the data array, we are pushing the values. Okay. In the data, actually in the list only the all the values are stored. Okay. I understand this in list all the values are there. Okay. Then I need to store the show the values only from the list only. Okay. Then what thing we need to do? From the code you say, don't go to the out of the box. From the code, what thing we need to do to show the data? Anyone get the answer? No? Okay.
Retrieving the object.
See, I have a data in the data array. Okay, list of data is in there. Okay, I need to show one by one values. Okay, from the
Where should we show the values on the UI,
Hmm.
on the page?
one by one values. Like I need to fetch the each value from the array. Then what thing we need to do? From access the data from the array, each value from the array, what thing we need to do? To traverse through the array. Okay. Here we are using that array methods. All of them forgot that. For each. By using that for each, I access every element as an item and show we have a function also here. See. We have a function to show the values. Just call the value by the function. I am calling the function for the each item. That's it. Now, just a simple logic. Okay, just understand. Front end is not just a UI or a user interactive. This also contains the logic also. Okay, it's become like how you use that logic, how you handle with the data. Okay, that is a front end.
It was clear in my mind, but you allotted the values. In programming languages, we used to allot the separate values.
Which one?
Separate indexes.
Separate?
Indexes.
No, in every list it starts with the 0 only.
Yeah, but in the other programming language, we used to allot the values. We should allot.
For that thing we are using the for each and some array functions also.
No.
Have you forgot about the array functions, array methods? Okay. You know about the functions. You know about the array methods and functions. Then use that. Okay. Think logically and use that where we need. Okay. Don't memorize the concepts. Just use that logically. Here there is a simple thing. From the array I need to show. That's it. Okay.
But still, if we are giving data to the array, so we should to give as per the index value, the data as per the index value. So here you was not done like that. See,
I am just upon that push the value.
yeah, that's just push the value.
Push the value means it's go to the top of the array.
We can directly retrieve the data by adding in functions. So that's the
ID.
retrieving the data from adding the any function. The push.
Okay, just understand. By using the push, we append the data in the top of them. Append means we just add below them. Okay. Okay. They understand. They understand or not? By the push.
But in the programming languages, how we insert the data in the array, we simply run the for loop and insert the data one by one. So it's not having here like that. It's not quite similar.
Okay.
It's different here. So that's the reason.
Here, see by the push, this is one function of array.
Yeah.
Okay. Just add the value into the array.
So I thought
That's
that the function, there is any function is there in JavaScript that will retrieve the data like that. I thought,
Okay.
but it's not like that.
Initially I said that I have a data in the array and show that in the UI. That is my question and that is my task I give you. Okay. Now you can able to add that values. Yesterday task that is name generator. You can be store that value in local storage. Huh? Why? Now I am asking. You will be try that also. Okay. For those who don't complete that or try that assignments, those who not complete that assignments, just come with that assignments also. Monday. If you don't complete the assignments, okay. For the newcomers, have you understand the JavaScript concept? No? Okay, just the same like that Python concepts only. The syntax only differ. Okay. Then for the same thing as a session storage. Okay, same thing only, but the local storage is need to declare as a session storage. That's it. Okay. Storage inside. Then because
How
also
about the, how do we practice?
okay. Shall we understand how I teaching that? Shall we understand that words? What are the keywords we are using?
We have to know the syntax.
Syntax.
Syntax like the word you have taught. And so we practice that, then only we can.
Just practice with my codes, not my code. Try to write your codes. Okay, okay.
We can revise and
Okay, I will be sent that. Okay. This class and yesterday class. Do you have any doubt about handling the session storage, local storage, and also other variables? Any doubt? You can understand that? Why you literally forget all the things? Okay. Then just to try to create the function and execute by the event like that. Just to try. Okay. Okay. Anyone tell about the array methods? Map. Why we use map? What is the return of map? For map. You forget all of the things. What is the functionality of map?
Same like
Okay. Okay. Then why we use that for each? Okay. Then what is meant by filter off? Based on the condition? Okay. Just you must say what is the use of the for each array method? For each? For retrieve the value in the each element, okay. Then what is the use of map? What summarize? Where are you, man? While taking the class, where are you? Are you inside the class or outside? Then why we need to use map? Have you understand that concept while teaching? Understand or not? See, the concepts are understanding or not? Understand? Okay. If you go to learn a new language or new concepts, you practice, then only you must be aware of it. Okay. If you won't practice, just seeing that video or seeing that courses only, then how you learn about it? You execute and you try with that functions, you try with that methods, then only you will be familiar with that. Okay. Then there is no use of the classes. Just to try everyday concepts and everyday classes with your own system, inside the class or outside the class. Okay, in the free time you practice that all the things. Okay. Okay, just to tell why we need to use the CSS. What is the use of the CSS?
To give stylings in HTML.
Okay. Okay, that thing only.
And
Why are you confusing that? That is simple question. I asked you why we used to use the CSS to stylize HTML. For that question, you confusing yourself. Why he asking that question for now, like that? I just ask you are like how to live in the class or outside of it. Okay. That's all from today's classes. Okay. Just to practice with that concepts and practice the code with the DOM manipulation. Okay. No assignment. Just try out with that. From the Monday, we are going to learn about the advanced topics in the JavaScript. After that, we are going to learn React.js. Okay. The practice with the base concepts. Then only you will be understand that advanced topics. Okay.
Sir, what's the difference between map and bytes?
Map and files. Map returns that value array, travels to the array and return the same length of the value. Okay. Okay, understand? I have a one array that